What's up, everybody? Man, it's your boy, Mr. Duga, coming at y'all with another video, man. And tonight, man, I'm going to talk about it looks like it's a possibility that the Philadelphia Eagles may actually hang on to wide receiver Alshon Jeffrey, according to GM Howie Roseman, yo. And I'm going to just give my thoughts on that. Before I get into this video, man, for everyone, if you want to give me a follow on Instagram or send me a friend request on Facebook, I'm going to have my Instagram and my Facebook information down in the description box. Come give me a follow on the gram. Come send me a request on the book. Come holler at your boy, yo. This was something I did not want to hear, yo. Couple of things, man. For one, I'm surprised that we did not sign a wide receiver in free agency. Granted, I like the solid, the signing of Javon Hargraves. I like it because of the type of player that he could potentially become. Obviously, I love the trade for Darius Slay. Gentavious Brown, Will Parks, there's some solid, signings to provide depth, for the linebacker core and for the safety position. And obviously Nikel Robert Coleman, provides more depth, as far as being a slot nickel corner. But I thought we should have signed a wide receiver, yo. Um, a big body guy. I think a Brashard Perriman would have been a nice fit for the Eagles. I mean, hell, DeMarcus Robinson, would have been a nice, solid signing for us. And we didn't really go after any of those guys, yo. Or guys like a Robbie Anderson or one of them. My thing was I wanted us to get a veteran, like wide receiver, and then get a couple of guys in the draft. But how we didn't do that, and now maybe we have our answer as to why. Looks like he's gonna roll with Alshon Jeffrey this season, man. Obviously, he'll miss the beginning of the year because he's coming off of this Lisfranc foot injury, excuse me. And whenever he comes back, it looks like he's still gonna be part of the team. Basically the reason for that, is probably because he has such a huge, salary cap hit. If we cut him, it's gonna just be a lot of dead money, out there just left wasted. So Howard's probably like, we might as well just keep him on the team for another year. Maybe toward the back end of the season, he could give us a little bit of production, and while a guy like JJ Ortega-Whiteside could get it figured out and all this other stuff. I don't like that decision, man. I get it that it's dead money you don't want to just have sitting out there, but I mean, you got to get this guy off the team. Granted, I'm thankful for Alshon Jeffrey. I was excited when we first signed him a couple of years back. He got off to a slow start with Wentz, but then he started picking it up. And obviously he played spectacular in the NFC Championship against Minnesota. And I think he only had 3 catches in the Super Bowl, but one of them was the first touchdown, and the other ones were, really nice catches that set up touchdowns. Season after that, man, missed the first couple of games, came back, had a nice day against Tennessee in his debut. Then went quiet, and then turned on a little bit late in the season with Nick Foles until, we all know he had the critical drop against the Saints, which led to a Marshawn Lattimore interception. And then this season, man, I mean, he had games where he was productive, and then he would be injured and not play. Then he would be productive and then be injured and not play. Then there was the reports of the anonymous guy talking to Josina Anderson, and Howard Eskin reported that it was Alshon Jeffrey. And when you put everything together, it seems like it might have been Alshon Jeffrey. Then when he gets hurt against the Giants on the Monday night game, all of a sudden the offense, is a lot more productive with the real young players. I mean, it's just, I feel like the time for Alshon and Philly should be over, man. I wanted a veteran receiver, but not him. You know what I'm saying? I wanted us to have one veteran receiver besides Deshaun Jackson, but I didn't want it to be Alshon Jeffrey, man. Like, and then think about it, okay, say we got some young guys out there, the rookies or whatever, and they doing their thing, and Jeffrey is healthy. Well, we got to take one of those guys off the field to put Jeffrey out there just because he's making so much money. Like, I just don't like the idea of him on this team, man. He's not trustworthy, man. Like, not only from his point of staying healthy and producing, but also what is he saying to people outside of the locker room, man? I know it's not factual that he did it, but in my opinion, I think he did. He never came. I mean, he tried to deny it, but then you got reports that an Eagles player, if I had to take a guess, I think it's a guy like Lane Johnson, went up to him and had confronted him about those comments. You got to get this guy off this team, man. Like, the dead money, it is what it is, man. But you just accept it, be like, hey, I screwed up on this contract, but I'm ready for this team to get younger and get better. You can't let a guy like Malcolm Jenkins go and keep a guy like Alshon Jeffrey. You can't let a guy like Malcolm Jenkins, who is a strong team leader, you know what I'm saying, who, granted, I felt like, hey, it was time. I felt like it was time, but you can't let Malcolm Jenkins go behind money. A guy, like I said, is a strong leader, strong in the community, and keep a guy like Alshon Jeffrey, you know what I'm saying, who basically is a snake right now. Aguilar is gone, great. Like, Alshon got to be right out the door with him. And, I feel like we got one more year with Deshaun, but we do need draft Deshaun's heir apparent. But I'm not happy with Alshon still being on this team, man. Hopefully, eventually, Howie, once we draft people or whatever, Howie will be like, you know what, let me just swallow this money and get rid of them. Because it's not just from a production standpoint, because I think I'm not expecting him to produce for this team anyway if he's there. But, I don't want to take one of these young guys off the field to put him out there if he's healthy. And I don't want him in this locker room, man. Like, who knows? I just don't want him in this locker room. He just seemed like he just has bad vibes all over him right now, man. Like I said, I thank him for the Super Bowl. He was amazing Super Bowl season. But now we got to cut our ties, man, and just accept it for what it is and move forward. Bad enough, we're going to have to roll with J.J. Arcega-Whiteside this season and hoping that he could figure it out. Me personally, I think it's going to go down as a terrible pick, and I don't think he's any good. But bad enough, we got to at least continue to experiment with him because he was a second-round pick. Don't tell me now we got to keep Alshon Jeffrey because we gave him a terrible contract. When clearly the guy not only is a snake, he's not good anymore. Like, he's slower than a snail. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's just not any good anymore, man. And he's getting older. He's not that old, but he plays like he's 10 years older than what he is, man. We got to get Alshon off this team, man, and just get everything situated for these young guys, yo. But with that being said, man, that's all I got for y'all tonight. Appreciate y'all checking out the video. Go and hit the like button for your boy. Give me a subscribe, man. I'm going to have Philadelphia Eagles NFL content throughout the year. Also, this coming Tuesday, I will do a live Q&A, time to be determined. I will post it on my page that early that morning to let y'all know exactly what time it'll be. But you could come on there, ask me anything, tell me anything. I'll answer your questions, respond to your comments, and give you a shout out on the live, yo. Y'all should join me. It'll be some good stuff. Until then, yo, y'all have a blessed one. Fly, Eagles, fly.